Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that might be so easy for some of us and so difficult for others. So I actually read this request on one of my YouTube comments. Thank you guys so much for commenting because I really do pay attention to all of your comments and I love to recreate the videos that you ask for. So today we are going to do a video on how to use your makeup brushes. So step by step, we first start with the powder brush. So this one is a rounder brush and it's chubbier. So this, you actually can use it for powder. But you can also use it for foundation. In this case, my foundation is actually a powder foundation and it works really well. If I would tell you that you need 4 types of brushes, this would definitely be one. Following up the powder or foundation, I like to use this little brush. This one I use it for a powder contour, or you can also use it for a liquid contour or a cream contour. You cover up all the little spots, especially this new zit that I got here. Oh my god, it's like following me everywhere. Like seriously, I'm not really much the type of person that gets zits, and right now it's like, oh my god, I just wish they could go away. So after that, I like applying the bronzer, but I like using 2 different kinds of brushes. I'm gonna start with the contour buffing brush. So this one, I basically use it to like angle everything, to like apply it. And then I'm going to show you the brush that I use next so that I can actually buff it out or like blend it in. I use my angled contour brush. Lots of people love to use this one to actually apply the contour, but I like to use this one to blend everything in. I find it works really well for blending. So how can we forget one of the most important parts of makeup? Color on your cheekbones, that's it. So we're gonna use this little blush brush. I love this brush. Actually, I had never had a brush like this. Because this one, if you look at it closely, it's got this, it's kind of like chubby, but then at the tip of it, it kind of goes a little bit angular. So that, for me, it hits straight to the cheekbone. It's so nice, and I just love it. So following up the blush, I tend to apply my highlighter, and we're going to be using 2 brushes today. So we've got the highlighter brush, and then we've got the eye highlighter brush. Of course, you guys don't need all of these brushes. At the end of the video, we're going to take a little recap on what are the 4 most important brushes that you definitely need in your makeup bag. But these ones, I have a little too many brushes, and I'm going to show you how to use each one. So we start with the normal highlighter brush. This one is really basic. You just take a little bit of highlighter and you put it on all of the places that the sun hits. Just be very careful when you apply highlighter on top of your lips, because if you put a little too much product, it can look like you either have a sweaty upper lip or any other part of the face. It can look like your highlighter is giving you wrinkles. So then we move on to the eye highlighter brush. We take a little bit of the product and we put it in the corner of the eye. We dab it so that we can actually have a bit of product there and we don't swipe it and the product disappears. And then to the top, because putting highlighter on the top of your eye actually makes it look more awake. So I'm gonna move on with the brows. The brush that I tend to use is the eyeliner brush. I have 2 different eyeliner brushes, one that's thicker and one that's thinner. So the thinner one, I tend to use it for the eyeliner to create that sort of eyeliner, and the thick one, I use it for the brows. So let's give it a go. We remove all excess, and then I start to kind of like color in there. So moving on to the eyes, I'm gonna start with my eyeshadow brush. This one's got a flat point and a flat hairy thingy. So I'm gonna take this salmon coral nude color. No, it's definitely not coral, but it's kind of like a salmon color, and I'm gonna put it all over my lid. So up next, I'm gonna use my eyeshadow crease brush. This one is very similar to the smudge brush, but this one is actually more intense since the little hairs are kind of more set together than the smudge brush. Let me show you the two differences. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's definitely very noticeable in real life. Well, not very, but it's noticeable that this one is more compact. Take our eyeshadow crease brush and we go to the purple. We tap it a little bit, just on the top of the eye, on the crease. And then there's this little brush that I don't really use that much. It's called the TAPERED crease brush. This one is basically to kind of to do lines. I really like to use this one to do kind of like a cut crease. So I take a little bit of the dark color. Oops. You guys, I'm gonna have to apologize dearly because it fell again. And it's being so hard for me to fix it. This, I promise, is the last video that I have a mishap. I promise that next videos are gonna be as well done as possible. Anyway, after that commercial break, thank you guys so much for understanding. I am going to be using the smudge brush. This one is actually used to blend everything in so that your eyes don't look too extreme, too intense, so that the eyeshadow kind of looks a bit softer and all the colors blend in together. So last but not least, I'm going to be using this small eyeliner brush. If you guys want to make it a bit more intense, since I'm going to be actually applying it with the eyeshadow, you guys can definitely put a little bit of setting spray to it, but I'm just going to put something very natural and very simple. So since I don't have a lipstick brush in my brush set, I'm going to be using a lip gloss. This is actually a lip gloss brush, which is very similar to a lipstick brush, and this lip gloss is so natural. But I just love it because it makes your face look so much more alive. Like, it adds that little hint of color and that glossy look that makes you have luscious lips. A little recap. If I would recommend you to have only 4 brushes in your makeup palette, it would definitely be this one. Powder brush, blush brush, smudge brush, and obviously the eyeshadow brush. Hope you guys liked my video. I would love for all of you to tell me what kind of video would you like to see next, and maybe I'll recreate it. See you all.